Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ottawa Lake State Park. Here I am in the Scuppernong, the abandoned factory. Master the basics before you try things that are experimental. Hello everybody, welcome to Ottawa Lake Campground. Beautiful outdoor Wisconsin. As you can see, we have electric. Then in the element itself, I've got some heat and some other gadgets. We'll get more into that later. But for now, I just came back to grab the battery bank. We're gonna go on a long walk around Ottawa Lake. There's a lot of nice places to walk around here at Ottawa Lake. There's a lot of trails, a beach for swimming. I've been coming here for a long time. A lot of memories in these woods. I remember we used to ride our bikes around. We had just got these taillights and headlights that worked by running a little generator that rubbed on the rear wheel. I swore they could make you ride faster. Never seen that. Just a tank installed in the ground like that. The showers and restrooms are turned off for the winter from October through May, but they do have a winter toilet, which is just a seat over the hole in the ground. The sun is starting to set. My goal is to hit the wood trails. I'm gonna try out a couple flashlights. Then we'll head back to the element for some dinner, some video games, and edit this video. It's just a beautiful camp. It's very, very peaceful. I've been lucky the 2 times that I've came here in the element, got to wake up to snow on the ground, which is always nice because you have the blackout curtains going, drop those, so you have beautiful powder on the ground. You know it's going to be a good day. Something I do need to start to consider a bit more. I've put priority on the computers and electricity, obviously, but you're gonna need a way to heat up food. Right now, say for example, I brought some cans of soup, some bread, meat, cheese, peanut butter and jelly, and a couple other snacks, but the difference between having a hot meal and a cold meal is big time. Today is January 1st, 2025. I'm excited to start the year out in this way, and hopefully it'll be indicative of things to come. But I'd like to go on more adventures in the element, stealth camp, blending the technology in the outdoors. InTECHsity, it's in the name. There's just so much wonder to be had out here. It's a shame that we coop ourselves up in our digital prisons all the time. Not that technology is bad, but I'd like to blend both of those for more of a happy medium. Just being outside, it's where we're meant to be. It's where our ancestors were. It makes you feel more connected with your own path as a human in this world. Yeah, some sort of clearing here. It's interesting. I gotta say, I just love making these videos. I love working with computers. Like many of you grew up with video games, enjoyed that. And making the videos is a way, it's similar to the video games, you get to play around with the computers, build your expertise and your skill, have a finished product at the end, and get to share these adventures with you. So I'm gonna keep making them. What's nice is they have some backpacking sites here. So you park your car, it's not a long walk, but then you walk in, so you're having a tent camp more in the woods, instead of right on the road, which is nice. I've done that before. Let's see if we can find a trail in this way. And I'm pretty new to this, but it's always weird when you walk by somebody. You just feel awkward for talking to yourself. I'm talking to you guys, but you don't necessarily know that. But we'll have to get used to it. If you'll notice, if you watch my channel for a long time, which isn't that long, but my first scooter video, I believe it was a July 4th special. It was like the only video that I spoke in. And I was more just testing the microphone, just saying random stuff, but this is all new to me. And I'm more of a solitary guy. Not that I don't enjoy going out, but I enjoy more contemplative things, projects like this, video recording, researching. I like solar a lot. I'm into computer networking, things like that. Just generally nerd technology stuff. Some fireworks, January 1st. They're a little late, but better late than never. So I think we're gonna have to end this walk soon. Get back to the car and figure out something to eat. I think I did a pretty good job with the windows. That one, no way you'll see through, blackout curtain. This one, I cut one of those windshield visors to fit. I want to put some black fabric over it so you don't see that silver shininess. And over here on the magnets, up here, you'll see when we get inside, but up here and here for another blackout curtain. So you can sort of see the folds if you get up to it, but if you're back far enough, it's just a black window. And the key is to avoid suspicion. So, same thing there. I want to put the black on that so you can't see it. And just to, you know, add some more stealth. If you want to be able to park, the idea is you can park somewhere, anywhere, and nobody knows you're inside. Close it. So if the window's open, the curtain's open rather, this is what you can see. So here we are inside. I like to keep the RGB lights, obviously, you know, for the FPS. What's nice about the Element is everything lays down. So the driver's seat folds down, and then the back seat folds down. I'm currently sitting on like the backrest of the back seat, and it's like just one flat bed. Then I took out the passenger seat, rear passenger, to accommodate for all of this stuff here. And yeah, it's been pretty nice. This is only my second time out, third night. I love that it has the, I don't know what you want to call this, moon roof or sunroof or whatever, little pop top has that. Then also same thing on the sides. So we just got done editing the Scuppernong trail video. I'm uploading it through the phone. I transferred it to the phone to upload it that way to hopefully not use up hotspot data. It's pretty slow, but I think we're gonna be able to get it uploaded tonight. Time for a trash run. Last night was so much fun. Had an excellent time hiking around Scuppernong Springs, then coming back, editing the footage, and just enjoying a peaceful night in the Element. Looks like we've made it to our John's disposal dumpsters. In you go. This is my last day here. I'll be spending the night, and then I'll be headed out in the morning. Something I know for sure is next time I'm bringing the electric scooter. A lot of walking. And maybe one reason I enjoy camping so much, or van life. As kids, our parents took us everywhere. We've been to many state parks, camping. It seemed like every summer we were packed up and headed somewhere new, somewhere exciting. We always had a great time. I'll be thankful for those memories for the rest of the time. I'm sure at this very playground we've played decades ago. You guys can hear me through the wind, but so if you have a real good winter, beach I went to Lake Michigan, for example, there was just piles of ice from being pushed up and onto the beach from the freezing water. Let's give it a test. That's solid. How long can the Jackery 1000 V2 power a laptop, a heater, different things you might use while you're camping in your vehicle? Let's find out. Alright, we're gonna get inside, start editing. So here we are back in the Element. It's Nice 82 degrees according to this thermometer here. Got the windows open though, so I suppose most of the heat is collecting up there. That's a nice feature, is that it has the pop windows up here, then on either side for good ventilation. Let's do a quick rundown of electricity. We do have shore power at the campsite here, and I have that in an extension cord running under the vehicle. And then I have that branching off. I have a separate plug for the heater itself, that's 1300 watts. I have another plug going to the jackery, which supplies the monitor and the cable. The jackery is a Jackery 1000 V2, and the computer is a Lenovo Legion Slim 5. And then the Dell HDR, I don't know if it's 24 or 32 inch curved monitor. I brought that out just for fun, so it's going to be a longer stay. And while we're out here, I'd like to do some tests on the technology. The Jackery 1000 V2 to see how well it can support our boondocking lifestyle, and the electric heater to see how well it can heat this space. It should be getting down to below 20 degrees Fahrenheit tonight, so I think it'll be a good test. I will say the last time I was out here, it got down to 8 degrees Fahrenheit, and the 500 watt heater I had at that time didn't seem to do the job. So today we have a 1500 watt heater. It's 3 times as powerful. So far it's been fine on 1300 watts, and it cycles on and off by itself. It has a thermostat. So for this first test, I'm going to plug into the Jackery 1000 V2, the Lenovo Legion, and the Dell monitor. I also have a small, about 5 watt fan that is plugged into that as well. So that's a small amount, so it shouldn't affect it too much. But what good is a setup like this if we don't do some gaming? So we're going to see how long the Jackery can power the laptop and the monitor. First things first, we're going to unplug the shore power. Leave that there. And we can see, just with the computer idling, I just have a web page open looking at YouTube. With the monitor, the fan, and the laptop, we're drawing 57, 58 watts, 60 watts we'll call it. And the Jackery's estimating that could get us about 14.4 hours. So let's fire up my favorite game, Beam.NG. See, probably my favorite map of all time is Roane County. It's like a full replication of this county in Tennessee. It's one of the biggest maps, and I've been playing it ever since I got Beam.NG. Let's get to it.
Noticing a lot of debris, surprisingly. A lot of metal and stuff like that. Sled.
One thing I love about Beam.NG is that, you know, it comes with a lot of great cars and customization options, but better than that is it has an awesome community. There are so many vehicles and mods. Every single one of them is free, and people make it just because they love it. Beam.NG is a soft body physics car simulator, meaning that you can crash. It looks pretty real. By far my favorite game. If you go back to my channel, you actually see those are my first videos. It's playing Beam.NG, so just wanted to give that a shout out. Thank you guys. So how much power does playing gaming, watching YouTube draw from the Jackery?
Be more reliable. Maybe in the future, because realistically, I would want to.
So as we can see, we're now drawing 150 watts.
Take care of some of the rust issues, not so
and
much
the Jackery's estimating that could get us about 6.3 hours of playtime. Once again, that's with the laptop, with the monitor, and with this small fan going. It's also charging my phone, I guess. So what I'm driving right now is the 200BX. It's a very fun vehicle. It's another mod. It's running about 750 horses to the wheels. It's the version of the mod, the trim that I started with was a junkyard, like kind of barn find package. So I just slowly upgraded it, adding mods. And that's my favorite part about this game, is that the trial and error portion of it. So you get to drive it, see what it needs, be it suspension, the engine, the gearing, tires, brakes. And you can modify all the settings, like the toe end of the trim. Oh, it's like I blew my engine. It's not good.
Brutal winter months in Illinois.
Oh yeah. Slow-mo button's crucial. 200, let's go. So we're having an overheating problem. You can see the temperature gauge on the bottom right there, that red bar. Head gasket damaged. We're losing power, down 200 horse. Rod bearings damaged. The engine is struggling. Oh, something's happening. And there it is. Engine broken. These are all the vehicles that come with the game and I've downloaded. What's interesting is the vehicles at the end here. Beam.NG has a sister game called Automation. Automation is awesome because you can make cars and engines and then put those two together. And the engines, you have complete control over how it operates and its variables. What, 400 horsepower? From my experiences, this is one of the best driving vehicles in the game. Not necessarily this trim, but this model. Uh-oh. Not good. So overall, with this setup, with the Jackery 1000 V2, the Dell monitor, the laptop, and that small fan going, we could easily game for 6 hours, and that's pretty cool. Now it's time for our second test. We're gonna plug in the laptop, the monitor, that little fan, and also the 1000-watt heater to see how long that could last. Now it is 1300 watts, and the Jackery has a surge up to 3000, a nominal running of 1500 watts. So we're gonna see how that goes. First things first, we'll plug the Jackery back in so we can get it back up to 100%. We can see we're charging at 360 watts, discharging 150. It'll be charged in 0.1 hour. Not too bad. I've got this heater plugged in to the Jackery now. Let's turn it on and see what it does. Here's just the fan. Here comes the heat. Wow. 1400 watts. So if the heat's running full blast, the game is running, the laptop with the monitor, we could run 0.7 hours. The Jackery does not seem to have too much of a problem with that. Can't even hear any fans going. So let's see what happens. Let's go for the new Bruckel 9. Jackery's still at 1400 watts. Heat is pumping out. And I've got an old police car. See if this thing's got a siren. No siren, no light bar. And at 70, Beam.NG estimates this vehicle with this engine get about 15 miles a gallon. Not too bad. Oh, it does have a flashing light. Jackery's at 90% already. 0.6 hours remaining. Still hear no fans coming from the jackery. It really is impressive. I have the jackery 300. I've used it in a video before to use a solar panel to charge the electric scooter, the Hover One Renegade. And I'm just so impressed with the product. And this is even better. It has the LiFePo 4 cells. Very impressed with it. So let's turn the thermostat down on the heater. Right there. Shuts off. 160 watts. And the jackery is climbing in its runtime estimation. Five hours. So it looks like with 87% left, we could run the video game in the monitor for another 5.5 hours. It's not too bad. There's something that's super fun about being in the middle of the woods and being able to enjoy heat, video games, laptop, the internet, and outside. It is cold and desolate. I want to talk a little bit about my video editing setup. So I use DaVinci Resolve Studio. I really fell in love with it because when I started video editing, I tried some of the other open source ones and that was okay, you know, to get the job done. But what I loved about DaVinci's ecosystem is they have the free editor. You can get their basic level editor for totally free, for nothing, because the idea is they also make a lot of hardware and they want you to get into their ecosystem. And that's something that I have. I've since got the pro version of their editing software, and perhaps one day we can work on using their cameras and some of their editing hardware. After I film, I like to watch the footage, then I upload it to DaVinci and I start doing editing. Here I am in the Scuppernong, the abandoned factory. It had been pretty well graffitied, so it's fun to rewatch the video, and it's also one of the best learning techniques you can have. Watch all of your footage and then you can modify your behavior. Like I noticed in this video, my hair was messed up. It probably still is, so I could work on the hair. I was going like this a lot, adjusting my glasses. So there's different things like that that you could try to get out of your mannerisms on camera. When I started editing, I was using a Dell G3. It just had the 1080 laptop version card. It wasn't very good. It could hardly scrub for 1080, and this scrubs 4K no problem. The Lenovo Legion Slim 5. For some reason, I have a really tough time saying that. I like to import the footage. I do the editing, and then I like to do the coloring, and then work on transitions. I do notice that adding transitions sometimes can get rid of your color grade settings in DaVinci, so it's something you have to be cautious of. So this is where I'll leave it. Winter camping in the Honda Element. We've got technology. We've got InTECHsity. Just want to thank you for watching. Subscribe for more content. Let's keep it moving.